Welcome, episode 57 of the Slab podcast, where the grades matter and there are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak?
57. We are well into double digits. Like this is a thing now, right?
Yeah, 57's it's an old person.
I feel like we're there. I feel like we're doing something. We're rock and rolling.
It's a long time. We were live last week. Appreciate all the legends pulling through, saying hello. That was cool. That was a good time.
It is fun. I love going live. It is fun.
Yeah, definitely. There will be more, obviously, this year than last year, because last year we did one in December or something like that. I think we stayed with the consistent regular uploads until December. We did a live for Christmas or something. So
that was right. The Christmas special. Yeah. I mean, I love talking with you. It's good having your undivided attention for these podcast styles. But yeah. Hi. Happy 57th.
Cheers. So let's just jump into it. And we're actually going to give our spicy comments this week because completely did not do it last week. So last week though, Brandon Baker did not hesitate on something that I had said. Mr. Beebe, he had said Legends Arceus, or no, this is a quote from, he said, Greeny, quotations. Legends Arceus just doesn't look appealing to me. Also, Greeny, give me an open world Pokemon game that isn't Scarlet and Violet style, and I'm there for it. So I don't appreciate the tone in the comment. So let me explain what I said and make it clear for you.
We want to hear that.
Effort.
Come on.
So when I hear open world, I think, what do you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you're like, an open
Grand
world
Theft Auto, Red Dead,
like effing auto,
big full open maps.
Yeah. Yep. When I think Legends Arceus, I'm thinking big game hunter with Pokeballs. Open world, and I'm just looking at grass the entire effing game. I've never played it. I've seen at least an hour of footage. Before it came out, after it came out, I did not see a whole lot of different shit happening. So to me, it was like Big Game Hunter, but Pokemon. Big Game Hunter, for those of you who don't know, is a hunting game. You walk around making deer calls or duck calls and shooting things in the wild. Pokemon, like the Legends Arceus to me, look like the Pokemon version of that, and I'm all set. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like that was kind of where, like, it's an open world, sure. But that's not what I want. I want GTA, and the new Legends Z to A or whatever looked a lot cooler than Legends Arceus. It had a lot more things going on. It looked like a different level of open world. That's where I was going with it. Hopefully that makes sense. What do you think?
What I think you're saying is that Legends Arceus is, when you look at it, it's if Nintendo 64 made an open world game. It's not in the 2020s. Like, this is not a modern game. Like, it's modern Pokemon and the content and whatever. Like, it's just so far behind. And to think of Grand Theft Auto being 10 years ago, whatever, like, what? Like, how
San
is
Andreas? How old San Andreas?
So far behind.
Vice City.
That's crazy. Like you say, walking around grass, like the simplicity of it and the lack of more content within, more volume, more excitement. Like, it's like still way too narrow and simple. And it just makes me think of like Pokemon Snap on 64, like walking around there. I don't know. It just feels like too old. And that's not just that game. I mean, any of the recent ones that I've seen on Switch. I've been playing Sword that Dan sent me. Shout out Dan, winner Dan R. winner of the mystery box this weekend that I sent out. But yeah, he sent me Pokemon Sword. I've been playing it, but it's like it doesn't feel modern. They don't feel like new games on a very new console, the Switch. It feels like Nintendo 64, which isn't bad. Like, we love 64, right? We love the old PlayStation 1. We love all those old games. Like, they're amazing. But we're not in today's quality. We're not, like, you talk about Grand Theft Auto and stuff. Just the sheer quality of those kind of open world games. I mean, it's apples to oranges, right? It's not even close.
Yeah, I think Pokemon got a taste of what it could experience with like Pal World. Even though I think Pal World was pretty similar to Legends Arceus from what I saw, they just added guns on a Fortnite level, which I'm all set. Give me a real M16 or something would be way cooler. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But that, I'm not a fan of those style open world games. Like I could play GTA on my Galaxy phone. There's a GTA, I could play GTA 3 on this. Like, come on. Like, let's get with the times.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
What's more annoying about that with what you're saying there, right? So you got GTA 3, you can play games on you can play games on Netflix, Grand Theft Auto on Netflix. I don't know if many people know that. You can literally play it on there.
Like, open the app on my TV and play GTA.
Literally through Netflix.
With my Samsung remote.
What's even more annoying about that is we've got the game we just talked about, Legends and Scarlet Violet, Sun Shield, that kind of stuff. We've got those that are like a modern game, not modernized, right? And then we've got old games, like you say, that you can play on these modern technologies. But I still can't play Pokemon Crystal on my freaking Switch. Like, you won't give me the actual old games that should be very easy to code through and get working on there. Like, we're talking 8-bit style, like old school. I mean, it's not literally 8-bit, but you know what I mean. It's that is very annoying to me that we don't have the actual old stuff that we want to play. We're just playing new stuff that's like not modernized. I love some of the older games to be on there. Everyone does. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right?
That's why I like the emulators on my Galaxy phone, man. That's why you got to get away from Apple.
I couldn't figure it out. I tried to do it on my laptop, and everything just kept. It wouldn't save, and it was like it was just a mess. So I just gave up.
Yeah. Phones are more convenient. Like being on an airplane, you don't need internet. Can crank out an emulator. It feels good.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So appreciate the comment, baby. Even though I don't like you coming at me like that, it's not cool, bud. I feel like my comment is valid. I feel like with my backup story there, I feel like that's kind of effing valid. Just saying.
And to summarize, I think I agree with you that it's not super appealing, but to be devil's advocate, I do think it's the best of what we've got for modern Pokemon games. So there's also that.
So I probably should buy it. Got to switch. We'll see. Might be in the cards. Next week's spicy comment. We are going to do a giveaway. I am doing a giveaway. You're going to win a Gate Guardian card. All you got to do is drop a spicy comment down below. You're going to get this and a Slabbed podcast magnet for your fridge. So both of these will come to you. We're going to do a random comment picker at the end of next week's episode for the person that drops a spicy comment in the bottom of this video. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button while you're at it.
Oh, I love a good giveaway. Hit that like, leave that comment. Love it. Thanks for that, Greenie.
What's your spicy?
My spicy is it's kind of related. I don't think Pokemon is ever going to backdate any of the games and release them. Ever.
Pokemon or Nintendo? But just Pokemon?
I mean, same. I guess Pokemon.
You don't think it'll get
control
ported?
of it?
Damn.
I think that's it. I think it's what you can get I think is what it is right now. I really don't think they're going to add all games, but that's the whole conversation. So I'll try and leave it as a spicy topic.
I'm gonna give you guys some business slash work advice. Um, Something I kind of live by. Even you'll understand, but it's something I've lived by. Neck beards on men in a workplace shows they're kind of lazy. You gotta stay clean. Do better, people.
Do
No
better.
offense, though. If you got a neck beard, I can't see your neck, but
Yours too. Well, it's trimmed right now. Let's jump into it. We've got a big list.
send it. I want to. This is the first one. I want to hear your take.
Okay, SGC. A surprise. I can't say it was an overly emotional surprise. I can't say that I feel like there's a huge impact coming from it or anything crazy happening. I think it was more just, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like
Yeah,
I didn't. I possibly speculated fanatics with SGC or maybe Beckett or something happening because this seems to be a lot of purchasing and consolidating into some of these bigger mother companies. But I didn't see collectors being interested in SGC at all. I did not expect that. So for collectors to do that, it feels a little bit like they spent a lot of money probably doing that. And it's like a new avenue for them, not so much sharpening their current avenue and cutting out competition or anything. There's been speculation on that. I feel like okay, PSA does their thing, SGC does their own thing. That's why they have two separate sets of people that submit. So potentially at SGC, I could see them changing things up a little bit, but like not really. I feel like they do their own thing, and hopefully they'll optimize it a little bit. Make some improvements. Um, I don't
yeah.
know. It's like so speculative right now. Like what's next? I don't know. It's a little strange. What are you thinking about it all? You think it's good, bad, weird, shocking?
I got a random thing before I get into it. Like that day the news dropped, I went to a local trade night at this store's first ever trade night. Went to their trade night and they had like 30 people, probably 15 people were able to set up tables. One of the dudes had a table full of SGC cards. I walk up
Mhm.
to the gentleman. I'm like, man, what do you think? Like, I was like, this dude's in it. He's got SGC slabs. I was like, what do you think about the acquisition? He's like, the fuck you talking about? I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
bro. Like, what the? That's crazy. He paid to set up a table at a card shop, has tons of SGC slabs, and doesn't know the news of what had just
Wow.
occurred. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that impactful to him, but I don't know. That's just goes to show how like deep in this crap we are to where I get that news within like minutes. And the night before I had the news, like 11 p.m., I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing the tweet. I'm like, it's crazy, like how deep we are in this crap. But the SGC thing being acquired by PSA is just guys wanting to make money, in my opinion. Like it
Mhm.
takes away some of the competition, but they're not really taking it away because it's still there. Competition's good, as we can all see from the influences CGC's having on PSA, doing a bunch of cooler things for um cards with issues. Like what am I trying to say? Not cards with issues, but special cards like the no damage nine tails. Like they're starting to open up and accept some of these errors. That's what I'm looking for. So competition has definitely influenced PSA in a very good way. But I think everybody in this hobby probably realizes how profitable a grading card company is. we all know how much money they make per card. You're talking $15 per card, and it probably costs less than $1 to make a slab. They're doing well. So I think the
Yeah.
collectors go into it because they know the business. They know the ins and outs. They know how much money you make per card. They see how many cards SGC's doing because gem rate or whatever it is. So they're like, we know how much money. You don't even got to show me your books, mother effer. I know exactly how much money you're making or how much money we can make. Sold. Like, let's go. Like, I like 40+% margins. That's disgusting. So I think they just like money. SGC is not going to go anywhere. Dan had said it. A few people had said it. It's nice that they do have the 9.5 and a special 10. They have a gold 10 that I barely ever see, but it does exist. You can get a gold 10 at SGC, and maybe like that. I don't know if I've maybe seen one Pokemon card with that label. Nobody's going after it. To be honest, nobody's chasing it. There's people that do send Pokemon to SGC that think it's the same price as CGC to get graded there now. Sub $10. So
there's been a $9 special for a little bit, but I think another thing, you're just talking about that stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen an authenticated autograph from SGC. I don't know if they do autographs.
I think they just do it the same as I guess not CGC. Well, but they do put the auto grade on there if it is like a Topps or Panini type thing.
Okay, so it was opened, not done.
But I
opened with it.
Swear to God, I've seen an A authentic on a SGC slab.
I don't think I've ever seen a signed card. I'm just thinking of like, you're talking about Pokemon, like a Mitsuhi, or an Arita card or something. I don't know if I've ever seen one in a SGC slab.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're sending them to PSA anyway. But
they do the same thing, kind of like Becca. They do 10-10 or 10-9-5 or 10-9. But I think they're all like I said, they're on card made autos, like stickers or out of the pack with autos, so they don't got to authenticate it. I don't think I've ever seen like a vintage card with an auto
I can't think of one. No, I can't think of one I've seen.
But
I've seen a lot of PSA ones.
Room for improvement. Like that's one of the benefits of having the mothership that is collectors owning you. Like we all saw kind of what happened with Wada and Golden, nothing much. Like they're growing them, giving them access to different things. Wada still has a freaking pop report they got to update quarterly, and it's a spreadsheet, basically. So there's still tons of improvements to get updated. Like I can't wait. There's a long way to go, but Wada's pop report to finally look like PSA, that would be amazing. But yeah, Golden's had tons of changes. It's now linked to freaking PSA submissions. Golden will probably get linked to SGC. Yeah, I think it's all just good stuff for the hobby and obviously the investors. Big brains.
Well, there's money, right? I mean, there's business, so there's money there.
If I had that money to just buy a grading company, that's free effing money. I tell you. These people, like if you could buy one of the big three, like people like we probably Neo cards and some other people were talking like buying Beckett seems impossible because there's too many chefs in the kitchen. So it's probably why it won't sell. And
there's mess there. Yeah, it's like almost like a cleanup operation, I guess. If you like, it's going to be a lot of investment, time and effort and money and stuff buying Beckett for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to buy robo grading or stuff like that. You want to buy the company that's getting the submissions, unless you're going after a specific technology, which I don't think a lot of companies now grading cards have special technologies that PSA doesn't already have access to. Yeah, you pretty much if you're doing a lot of business, like Ace Grading, I could see getting acquired at some point because they're the UK brand right now, doing pretty decent numbers. I wish somebody was reporting on them to see kind of what they're doing, but there's nobody I don't think plugged into it. I'd be curious though.
I'm not sure how transparent they are. I haven't seen much with the numbers on them, but I haven't really searched either.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give myself a homework assignment.
Bloody Brits.
It's your boy Randolph.
Randy Randolph.
That's your neighbor, wasn't
it? They all are. England's smaller than Florida. Tiny.
Yeah, I was looking for my trip to Ireland next year to drive from the north end to the south end's like 4 hours. I'm like,
it's tiny.
That ain't shit. That's a trip up north for me. Damn.
Yep. Yeah, tiny compared to America driving. Yeah. I mean, I picked up my daughter from daycare last Wednesday, and it took me almost 2 hours. It's exactly where in England that's how long you drive to go on vacation. You know, that's like a vacation drive. So yeah. Different world. I do think it's interesting. I like that there's just in general like room for improvement, room for change. Like it's like an exciting thought to think what they may do with SGC. You know, now that they're because SGC is, I mean, it's quite an old company, right? They've been around a while, like PSA. You know, very similar in that sense. So collectors may, you know, obviously they haven't grown at the same speed as PSA has, but they may see some similarities where they can align culture or align, you know, the goals or vision or whatever of the companies and just provide different services. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, if PSA ever did fizzle SGC, that'd be the best thing that ever happened to CGC because all the people that fizzle out of SGC are not going to go to PSA. It would be a bloodbath. It'd be people finding others, and a lot of the people that were probably loyal to them, they'd be pissed off. I don't think it'll ever happen, but
CGC has the 9.5. Like you say, as like a perfect kind of thing. Like there is some similarities in terms of like what people want grade wise and the expectation there. So yeah, I think that makes sense. I think they'd go to CGC.
I wonder why CGC sold and got rid of SGC. They owned them before CGC. SGC was owned by CGC.
I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that. How long ago was that?
Ways back. I don't even know. It was before I was in the hobby. Again, it was ways back. But it's interesting that they were owned by them and they got dropped at some point. I don't know. I don't even know if it was private at the time. I don't even know. Was it private just before this acquisition? Private owner? Had to be.
SEC.
Yeah. I think it was. It had to be, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting that their CGC at some point just cut ties. Weird decision.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the dates. SGC owned by CGC. Oh, like God knows. No, I'm just gonna get so much. No, it's all PSA news now.
Yeah,
that's now 20 pages deep on Google. Somebody in the chat might know, but let us know if you know the dates when that happened. But yeah. So lately, I've been having a lot of success listing stuff on eBay. Been listing. I think I've listed 50 cards in the last 5 days, something around there.
Wow,
it's been pretty good. I don't have a ton to list, so I had a lot of issues with listing consistently for a while. That was when I had stacks of effing cards. It was not manageable at that. Like I had 800 slabs sitting on my desk. Now it's 30 here,
Piles.
30 there, and it's coming in at a reasonable rate. I just was like, I guess I was overwhelmed with what I had, so it was nice to be able to just liquidate it through DC Sports. But now having just gone through a submission return a while back and just getting another PSA one, and I feel like I'm going to be able to go through that pretty quick. It's got me excited. Listing stuff on eBay, getting back into that swing. Because for a while it was like onesie twosies. Do I wanna I don't want to list anything less than $100 because I'm lazy. It's not worth my time, and it's been nice getting back in that swing for sure. It's been nice.
Does it make you feel
You know-
motivated? Like you feel like there's a positive mental effect of doing that?
Yeah, it 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 did not feel good when I had 800 slabs and I was just spinning in circles. And I
Mhm.
didn't want to list them. And it felt good to finally pull the trigger and say, "F it, get the F out of my vision. I don't want to see you no more, bitch." So it was nice to be able to do that. But yeah, there's satisfaction to like listing something and then it being auto bought instantly, which doesn't feel great sometimes, but that happened a few times in the last week. But price to sell, my shit's like I'm pricing them. I'm undercutting catch 'em all collectibles, all these mother effers as fast as I can. Just taking them by the kneecaps. Is what it is. You've been
Golden.
selling it all?
Like I'm the exact opposite. I've been really struggling to sell. I sold a few things. Um, Actually, the past week I've had some decent success. I've had a few things sell, a couple of SGC slabs and stuff. But
There you go. That's a W.
yeah, yeah. I just like really struggled with time. I feel like I have zero time for myself to get stuff done. Like just life, life's crazy. So when I have been able to do it, I've just been trying to pick out the most like expensive stuff, I guess. Pick out like the highest impact. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not listing bulk right now, that's for sure. There's nothing cheap going in. Yeah, I don't know. I think my 90 days like $500-600 or something. I mean, it's terrible. I've been doing very, very little compared to this time last year where I was steamrolling, spring last year. Oof, yeah, I was doing great. So I gotta get back on it. I have a lighter week this week. I'm a little bit ahead on paperwork, but and I remembered I need to do my taxes. So that's gonna soak up a night, with the business side of stuff and HSA and all the other bull crap that goes into all that. Yeah, so that'll soak some time up. But
Yeah.
yeah, nothing too crazy going on selling wise or buying. Honestly, I feel like I haven't done much buying lately. I feel like I've been in it. Most of my concentration in the hobby lately has been consuming people's content and interacting with people.
Mm-hmm.
Much less than actual cards and slabs. Like I've got cards. I'm sorting out a PSA submission. Cards. I got pile of slabs next to me, listed on eBay and stuff. I'm doing stuff just very low volume. I'm just not as consistent, like you were saying. The past week for you been, this many, this many, this many. That's key. So I need to get better at that. Maybe time blocking a bit of time for it. I'm just saying every
Yeah.
Monday at this time or every Sunday at this time or something. Maybe that would help. Just kind of hold myself accountable for it because at the moment it is not a priority. I enjoy it, I love it, but I don't need to do it, and it's not a priority. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah. Nice. I know it's not on here, but you had mentioned it. As far as our notes go, how do you do your taxes? Do you use an accountant, or do you do them yourself? Or and then I'll kind of explain how I do it.
I'm gonna try and do it myself through TurboTax this year. I think TurboTax, whichever one we normally do, just for the regular taxes. I spent hours and hours and hours pulling all my purchases and all my sales and putting them into a spreadsheet, organizing them, classifying them, basically broke it all down so that I've got like a category of this is what I spent on this, this is what I spent on this, this is what I spent on this, this is where I sold this, and then I looked at the Schedule C. I looked at the forms basically that you do your taxes on prior to getting to that stage, so I could see which things it's going to ask me. What kind of stuff is going to be in there. And I think I got it all ready, like in Excel sheets and stuff. I think I have it all prepped. So it's just really just a case of grabbing all the paperwork and entering it, I guess. But what about you?
Yeah. So up until last year, I was going through an accountant. I was using an accountant, and it was cheap. It was like super cheap. It was like $100. Wasn't doing a lot of
That is cheap.
resale through them at like no resale. So going into whatever is 2023 tax year, last year's when I did the taxes last year, I did it through TurboTax, but I was not comfortable doing it myself because I had $60,000 sold on eBay and I didn't get a 1099. Like it was the dumbest shit in the world. Like the dude was like, you made 60 grand on eBay and they didn't give you a 1099. I'm like, I'm not lying. Here's I'm screenshotting it. It's blank. They were a hot mess last year. And so I was like, I need to go through somebody. And I was like, TurboTax is where I'm going to go. So basically, it was really cool because you can do it with an accountant on a WebEx. So TurboTax offers it, and it was like $300. So I was like, this is kind of cool. At least I can interact with somebody. I could do it in the leisure of my own home on a webcam, and they don't even look at my face. I could just see their face. And then our mics are connected. So it was cool because it gives you all the things, upload these documents, and then you can schedule an appointment or just click go live and they'll be there in 5 minutes. And it's freaking cool.
Wow.
So I just did it again this year through TurboTax, but it was easier because the last year there was a lot of talking, explaining the different documents, the guy understanding, but this year the guy was able to reference last year's. So as soon as I uploaded all my documents, I clicked schedule an appointment. The dude was in there for 5 minutes. It took him 20 minutes. He's like plugging and playing all the different stuff from last year's data, like to understand it. He could look at last year, how we did it, and all my documents I attached were the same, just with slightly different numbers.
Different numbers, yeah.
And he flew through it, and it just charges it out of my federal, which is like $300. I don't got to pay. I don't got to give a debit card or nothing like that, which is nice. So if you're looking for something, you don't have like that accountant that's ready, TurboTax is kind of nice because then it stores all your data. If you're doing a much bigger scale, I would probably recommend getting an accountant. But
yeah,
most of my money comes from my business, or not my business, my job, 1040, easy form. So it's not too involved. And then the 1099 from eBay is really it. So
what did you? Yeah. See, I didn't get a 1099 this year, so that's why I pulled all the numbers myself.
Yeah, I did it both, anyways, just to prove and show. So it showed my numbers matched the 1099. Bigger green light. Otherwise, they're really just taking your word, right? Because you're not given a receipt on everything. You have a spreadsheet you're giving them, which they accept, and they just, if you get audited, prove it. Then you got to dance a little.
Yeah.
So, but no, I give me, when you do that also, when you utilize them through TurboTax and pay for their person, if you get audited, they help. So it's not on you. Like if you get audited, then you will have to find an accountant to help you. But TurboTax, if they would be the ones getting notified because they filed, and then they'd be like, hey, let's have a meeting and discuss it. So a little bit more comfort.
Yeah.
Someone else
Yeah.
hitting the submit button. It's worth
I
the
don't think
$300.
I don't think I knew that. I mean, I'm a big proponent in my old age, you know, in the years leading up to where I'm at now, of using professionals for what they are professionals in. They're leaning
Yeah.
on other people's expertise and guidance. So
Yep.
yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm tempted to do that myself, just with how many different things, like you say, you know, just so many different things to get plugged into there, just so there's no mistakes, I guess. Peace of mind,
That's what
right?
that's what helped me hit the submit button and to do the appointment was just the extra peace of mind of somebody else seeing my numbers and thinking everything checks out, and it helps. So
Nice.
gives my wife peace of mind too. There was a bad tax time for her parents, and she's like like gun shy. So yeah, it's good. That's good info though. Anybody any questions though, anybody reach out to us. I can maybe help a little bit, but not tons. Not a tax advisor, not
There's
tax
what
advice. We are not tax advisors
no,
at
not
all.
even
At all.
close.
We're nerds.
You
Yeah.
want to go over the numbers for what PSA and
Yeah.
everyone graded?
I'm curious. I know CGC has been pumping out the Omega Mystery slabs again, probably. So I don't know if it's reflected, probably not in February's, but damn, we're in March. Holy shit.
You'd be surprised. So CGC, they graded 164,000 in
Yeah.
February, and 151 of those were TCG and non-sport. So they're definitely not getting that whole sport part. You know, since they combined, I don't think the sports section is growing as fast as we thought. But yeah, 150,000 TCG cards is a lot. PSA
Yeah.
graded 516, so that gap is pretty it's pretty close, I feel like, in that sense. Beckett did 32,000 TCG non-sport. SGC did 17,000. But in total, yeah, PSA did 1.24 million. CGC 164,000. SGC 146,000, which is crazy. I mean, and then Beckett 66,000. So everyone's still knocking out numbers. Like those numbers still feel crazy high to me. It's 3 years in since the boom, and it's still
seeing PSA continue to pump out 1.25 million slabs is fucking insane. Month over month. I think that's pretty high. It's one. I feel like it's gone down to about 1 million, but 1.24 is nuts, bro. Nuts. That's crazy to me. That's so much effing plastic. It's tough to
so
fathom
many.
that amount of plastic is crazy to me. 164 from CDC, like you said, it's been pretty consistent. I think 184 in January. So yeah, it's trucking right along, but I think they are going to have one of their upswing months here soon. It's weird to me that they grade we'll see it again. We'll see it when the Omega Mysteries come out again. Why do they grade faster when they're doing those? It should be the same throughput. You would think, wouldn't it? Why would it change?
Bite my tongue.
Oak, why would it change? It should be the same. It can't just spike these random 2 months in the year when this goes through. Are they just like shoving the shit through? Are they not grading it as efficiently? Because it doesn't make sense for them to grade 40% more 2 months out of the year. Both of those months were Omega Mystery lots.
Follow your gut. That's what I'll say. I think your gut's right. It's off, right? That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. That's weird. I
Ethically, it
not a
doesn't make sense.
yeah. I hope the next time the Omegas come out, we don't see a spike because I'll roast you. It's roastable offense. It
Okay,
should not happen.
I would imagine it'd be before because hopefully they've got to get it and package them and stuff. But on the other hand, they're probably getting them out ASAP. So we should keep an eye on that. I do think it's a very
We will.
interesting topic.
The last time Omegas came through, it was like 250, 280, something around there.
It's a
I
big
was trying
jump.
to.
Yeah.
It was a thick old jump, and
I
when
couldn't
people
believe
were
just how
saying,
many there were that they did. Like there's that many packs made. It's just insane to me. How many was there in each? 5? Like
yeah,
5 slabs in each or something.
no, it's like a 10.
10. That was it. Yeah.
It's like
I
a
mean,
box. Yeah, it's like a booster box, 2 sides.
it's not like it's just one pack, but still, it's
272. So when all these
yeah.
people were saying, "Oh, they only increased their number because the Omega Mysteries," it to me that didn't make sense. I'm like, they didn't just
How?
hire 13 people to just do this lot. I wouldn't think their
I hope
throughput
not.
shouldn't. Yeah, their throughput shouldn't increase. Or are they really just sandbagging every month? Employees just sitting around twiddling thumbs. Like,
The only thing that could make sense is if they outsource like for the stuff outside of grading. So outsource like the input, the slabbing, the actual literal slabbing it, the shipping, like get workers to come in and do that, and then reassign the people they normally have doing that to grading, and maybe they're cross trained. Like I feel like I'm grasping at straws here, but
yeah,
that's the only logical way that I can think it could possibly work. But that's still such a huge jump in how many got done. And
almost 2x.
I don't have any faith that any of those grades are accurate in that sense. Like, how can they be? Who graded them?
Not me.
Who graded them? Got to follow your gut. It feels off. I don't love it.
One of the things that does piss me off though is people complain, "Oh, they jumped the line, and now it's taking me 3 months to get my order." I'm like, it doesn't check out. Like, if they submit their 225,000 card submission the day after or the day before yours, you're going to be sitting in line for a long effing time. All of those slabs have the right to be done before yours because they were in line first. Your one slab technically doesn't fall somewhere in between those. That one was in line first. So you're like, you got to buckle up and wait. Like, it's crazy that people think that maybe they did jump a line, but it's weird to speculate that. Like, of course, the turnaround times are 3 months, whatever it is. It's because the size of their spot in line was massive. You're going to wait for them to grade 225,000 cards again.
Yeah,
It just makes sense.
Sucks, but is what it is, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out to PSA, by the way. I submitted, my cards were received. My 36 card bulk submission, TCG special, $13.99, received on February 16th, returned to my house March 1st. 9 business days or so. That
I mean, that's the
is
fastest in
nuts.
almost 4 years.
In my days, I think I've maybe had a CGC submission that fast. For sure, I have. But I've had faster. But yeah, that's for PSA. I've also, when that happened, a bunch of people reached out to me. They're like, Well, you're lucky because I got Januaries and earlier Februaries that have not been graded yet. So I was like, you just got to be somebody, bud, like me. Come on. Come
Did they
on.
have Yu-Gi-Oh in there? Because this is another topic that I've brought up on a few different
Lorcana,
lives.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Right. It doesn't go to
mixed.
the regular Pokemon guy. It doesn't go in the
Yeah.
regular Pokemon list. Like I know
Yep.
for sure that's what's happening. They're throwing it to
Yeah.
someone who's a little bit more specialized, has touched a lot
Yeah. They
more
got
cards. They're
the
not getting
guy
the
that
regular
wears the
queue.
helmet graded these. Yeah. Shout out to that guy.
Oh yeah. I'm
He's a good
telling you,
grader.
there's more to it. It's not you're not in the regular line, and that's why when I've done bulk, I've thrown other stuff in there, random stuff, and I've told people like just throw a Dragon Ball Z or like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, like just throw something else in there. It won't go in the regular line. Not
Yeah.
not PSA grading legal advice.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
But it is, yeah. Throw something else in there. Yeah, so interesting numbers. I mean, I can't say there's anything that's like really stand out, but I think it's always reassuring just to see that everyone's still cracking away. I mean, they're still just absolutely slamming it. It's crazy to me. It's great.
Something that is sticking out is the sport is outpacing TCG now at PSA because it was like 50-50, or there was a couple months or Pokemon was higher. So
Do you think that's time of the year?
baseball is like one of the biggest. Yeah, I do actually. Now that you mention it, baseball is one of the biggest for sure for cards. So
That's where my head's going. I've seen so many baseball cards being graded from PSA the past couple of weeks. I haven't really seen like basketball or say a couple of football cards with autos and stuff, but mostly baseball, pretty fancy looking stuff. There's some really nice baseball cards out at the moment. Like some really pretty cool looking cards. Like they're putting a lot of effort into them.
Shout out to Ponga. He's a big fan of the #1 player on the Cincinnati Reds, Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he is the #1 fan.
I don't think I knew that.
I'm dead serious. Anyways, Pikachu gray felt hat. I don't know if you've seen many sealed boxes, a sealed case floating around.
Pictures.
What are we doing? It's how are these in our hands in the United States sealed?
Money.
Sus.
Where there's money, there's nefarious. I think what's frustrating to me is that I honestly, if Pokemon hadn't reacted and printed more, I just think people would have forgot about it because they would have just not bought it because it would have been too expensive to buy, so they would have just dropped it and waited for the next thing to come out. Like I think
it did. Yeah, a slow increase, I thought, but
it would have gone up. The card would have been probably more expensive, whatever, and then people would have just stopped buying it. But the people, regular, Joe Schmoes that are looking for it, wouldn't have been interested. They don't want to pay $100. They want to pay $200 and stuff for a card. And I think what they've done is just like completely the opposite. I think they've given us what we don't really need, what people wanted, but we didn't need it, and that's obviously created an opportunity for people, and they're optimizing on it. And yeah, it was close.
I mean,
should have been done differently for sure.
It's weird to me that they keep them sealed, and like, is it a flex to have it in your possession sealed? Because that's what makes it looks like stolen property. And I feel like the value is the same if you pour them bitches out of the freaking sealed little box, all 25 of them, or if you get a case, get them out of there. Just to do yourself a friggin' favor. Like, and I see these people wheeling and dealing them at the Collecticon video recaps, and I'm like, dude, it's just insane. It's weird to me. I couldn't. That ain't me. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I wonder if there would be a way to serialize the box. I know we've talked about boxes being serialized before. I know I brought that up, a bit of an idea. But I think that could help, but I guess it could also create opportunity for other nefarious stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any good fix. I think just doing weird giveaway stuff like that isn't from the Pokemon Center and it isn't assigned to a store or this or that. It's just like a weird way that they did it, and they went too far with it. There's just obviously too many out there. They printed and gave away too many to give out.
You got one? Yeah, you do. You got one from BB, right? Did you grade it? Or still sitting raw?
I have it. I've got like all the cards that I've got that are in the packets, like the Mewtwo and like Pikachu's and stuff. I have them all like in a little thing together. Got it over there.
It's romantic.
I don't think I put it in the binder. I might have squeezed it into the Pokemon binder. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't want to take it out of the plastic, but I don't want to, just to get it into a binder page, in a pen sleeve or whatever. I always feel like guilty taking them out of the little cellophane sleeve thing. What do you call that? It's not a pack, is it? Like what?
It's cellophane pack. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Clear cellophane pack. It was made to be put in a binder though, not sit in a cellophane pack.
Are you telling me
I should bring that bitch home? Brandon would respect you putting it into a binder.
Let me see if I did.
Let us know if you wouldn't, Brandon, but I feel like Pokemon cards were meant to be in binders and some plastic slabs.
You're making me wonder. I think it's in that pile.
Sheesh.
Oh, yeah, it is. So I got a gold Eevee. It says, I choose you with love hearts. And then SM04. He says it's like in the card saver, but it's in the Corios, Mewtwo's, Greyfelt. That's my Pokemon big thing, whatever. Ancient Mew from Ancient Mew. Yeah. I just I don't know. I don't want to take them out. I feel bad. I feel guilty. I have before, and I've always regretted it after I felt bad after I took out an Ancient Mew. And I was like, damn it, why did I do that? That was so dumb.
Yeah. My daughter got off the bus today. I went and picked her up off the bus, and she had come running. She was holding some golden thing. I'm like, what the hell do you got? She gets up to me. She's got a gold printed like Etsy Sylveon card. And it was like thin enough where it's flexible. Like it's not like a thick metal printed CNC'd. It's like pretty flimsy metal. And the bitch, like she held that all the way on the bus ride. And I am shocked. It is in good condition. Like, I mean, it's obviously can't grade it, but it was like not creased, not bent. So she's taking my notes to heart. Like she is.
Hell yeah.
She is not bending her cards, which is phenomenal. Like she does better than my dad does, and he is like a sports card guy, and it's crazy to see that she was able to all the way home on the bus just probably just hold this freaking thing, and now it's in her binder. So that's crazy. That was pretty funny. I had to share the story.
You've become her muse. That's what it is.
Yep. Going for the shiny, looking for the shiny. It's pretty bad. It's bad.
Do you have a Greyfelt hat?
No. I'm not rich.
How much are they? They're cheap now, right?
$70. 70?
No. I mean, I thought they'd be like $20 by now.
Woo! No. I could trade one of these for one straight up, probably. This is like 75, $80 plus. Probably almost a
I would, but I'm biased
Mickey's
because
cool.
dude,
Mickey's way cooler, bro. Way.
it's
Um,
different. Apples to oranges, right? I love
I'm
Mickey.
I'd rather have a freaking beautiful stump card like a Diglett instead of that felt hat bitch. But that's just me. I'd rather have there's a sparkle Diglett for like $500 on eBay. Like that's a Grail Diglett. A Grail. The Zapdos in the same card, you're talking $6,000+.
Yeah, crazy.
$500 for that Glizzy. Sheesh. Christmas is coming, people. Christmas is coming. Daddy Josh needs a freaking that Glizzy.
Team together on that one.
Yeah.
I love it. What else we got?
Any recent pickups? You were just showing a bunch of cards, but I don't know if those are recent pickups. Probably not.
Nothing crazy. I got a couple of slabs. I mean, no, not really. Nothing too crazy. I haven't really been buying. I've been like I say, just so busy. My time's just been put elsewhere. So I think what I would like to do next is build out my Pikachu binder because I have a lot that was gifted to me. I've had a lot that I've opened, a lot that I've acquired and stuff in the past few years. I'd like to get it less random. It's like pretty random. Like there's just
Yeah.
Pikachu's from like all over the place, all different years, all different sets. Like there's no like rhyme or reason. It's just because it's it's Pikachu. So I'd like to get that a bit more intentional. I think is what I like to do. So that's probably the next thing I'm going to tackle. And then there's a couple of I think I still need a couple of 151 cards. I need to get on that too. What about you? What you working on?
At the trade night I went to, which was cool. I saw there was a kid there wearing Card Collector 2 shirt. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you watch him or have seen him.
I have watched him.
So he was wearing one of his shirts, and he obviously knew who that was, and it was pretty cool. He had gone down to his shop down there in Columbus, which apparently is small as balls, because he had said it's smaller than the shop we were in, and that shop is not massive. So that's crazy that Ryan Card Collector 2 is in such a small shop, but shout out to that guy. But anyways, while I was there, there was a guy with this card, which is a Barry Sanders Gem Mint 9.5 Beckett rookie card.
Yeah.
Dude is a goat in Michigan.
Yeah.
I had a PSA 8. I already sold it. That was one of the cards I sold this week. It was like Snapbot. I listed it too low apparently. Whatever. So that was cool. But yeah, so pick this up. This card was $500 US. The dude was there. He was young. He was probably 28, but he sold on Whatnot. And the dude I bought it from had a decent amount of Pokemon, and he followed on Instagram a bunch of people I follow, which was really weird. And which was pretty cool at the same time. But yeah, was being able to pick this up was really cool. It was the coolest card I saw at the entire show, to be honest. Tons of modern bullshit, and I'm not into modern much at all. Like if I saw a really good like Amon-Ra St. Brown card, but even that, I don't like ultra modern rookie cards. There's just too much bullshit out there. There's too many of them.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of variations of them and all the rest of it too. Yeah.
This is his rookie card on Bowman. Ellie De La Cruz. His top rookie card. Yeah, last year. I thought it was 2022. 2022 this bitch came out. This card. Tops. The new top set. I asked the card shop. I'm like, what's the Chase rookie card in this top set? 2024. He said Ellie De La Cruz. I'm like, the fuck? I got this thing
What?
2 years ago, and there's people still chasing LE rookie cards 2 years later. That don't make effing sense. Maybe Ponga, let me know down below if that dude's absolute dusted to his brains, but I don't know. It's crazy to me that people are the whole Tops Bowman. That shit is whacked. That's just baseball. You get into Prism, Panini, like it just whoa.
There's a lot to like try and understand with it, honestly.
It makes it easier when they're numbered. When you can get a numbered card straight and narrow, like the LE card, it's numbered to 225. But if you don't buy a hobby box, you can't get a numbered card of football. They all come in different mosaic and colors. Like this is a short print or not a short print. These don't come numbered. It's trash. I don't want the shit. Just the way it is.
Same.
Yeah.
So what? I still don't know who the hell bought me that basketball card. Like
What?
seriously, whoever it was, someone bought me a basketball card at Christmas, and no one will tell me who it is. Like who sent it to me? I have no
What's his
idea who
name?
sent it me. Nikola Jovic or Jovic. I don't know.
Let me see it. Show me close.
Is that clear?
Oh, that's
It looks
not
pretty
Joker,
young.
is it?
Nikola Jovic Impact. It looks like it's Miami Heat 2022 Revolution.
He just looks like a baby in that.
Numbered out of 149. It's Pop 2.
That's his rookie card. Is that his rookie card?
Yeah, I mean, from what I could tell, I couldn't find an older one.
No. What year is it?
2022 Revolution. It says rookie on it. It says it's his rookie card, and I couldn't find an older one.
Yeah, that's the Joker. That dude's a freaking goat. That's a decent card. Did you look at the value on it?
It's numbered 72 out of 149.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Looks nice. It's a nice card. I have no idea who sent it me.
You got a numbered Joker card? Damn, son.
Yeah. I mean, PSA 9, but
that
still
ain't free. No, that don't even matter. Sports cards, when it's numbered, to be honest, it's just wild.
It looks like a 10. It doesn't even make sense.
Yikes. That's a cool card. I'll trade you a bum-ass Yu-Gi-Oh card that I got in my submission.
I mean, it's Florida, so I feel like I should hold on to it. And there's also a gift, I think, unless someone sent me. Here's the thing. I don't know if it was when we were doing Secret Santa, right? I don't know if someone bought me a Pokemon card and the eBay seller sent me the wrong card by accident.
Yeah.
Because I don't collect basketball. I don't know who would have thought to send me basketball. It's cool. It's my first ever basketball slab. Like I love it for that, and it looks really fancy. Like the foil pattern on it's awesome. But I don't know who sent it me. I don't know what happened there. I messaged the guy who has the other. I found the guy who has the other one on eBay. He has it for sale because it's a Pop 2. And I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, did you sell like the other one? Did you grade both?" And he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Go away." Like he was like not interested in talking about it. So I don't know who it is, where it's from or anything. I don't know.
Would you be shocked if I told you our Secret Santa officially ended last week?
With the last gift.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
I didn't know that.
Yo, let me tell you the story. Shout out Lord Pokesmoke. He was the last one to get his gift. Drew, the number one mod in the game, and they both know who they had Lord Pokesmoke send it to me. I sent it to Lord Pokesmoke's UPS PO box. Showed delivered, didn't arrive. Basically, what happened in his area.
Sucks.
Now, that Moltres card that that number one mod in the game bought was like a Toys R Us 2017-16 card. Last sold auctions are like in the realm 30, 25, 30 bucks all day. The only ones listed for sale are like 130 plus. Like
Buy it
insane.
now.
Like yeah, buy it now. Nobody's even like it's a like for that card to be selling for 25, 30 bucks for to be 7 years old and a 10, like that's pretty great. And it's got a Toys R Us stamp on it, which is freaking dope. Was not able to recreate the same card, sadly. And Lord Pokesmoke, if he's watching this, he might be hearing that for the first time, but was not sadly able to create that. But was able to get a cool 1999 like Moltres PSA 10 poker card for similar value. Low pop, like it was like pop 12 or something, but it's still a cool Moltres card. It sucked massive balls not being able to recreate the same card number one mod in the game got. But yeah, so that just came to a close. I had been following auctions. I missed one of the auctions, and no more went on auction. It was just so yeah. It was Christmas in February, March for Lord Pokesmoke, sadly.
Sorry, bro.
Yep. Yeah. Better luck next time. So we sent this one went to his house instead of his because he probably didn't want to wait another 3 months.
Yeah, we had a couple of glitches. I remember cleaning up a couple of things, but
yeah,
went kind of smooth.
Yeah, I think it did. Yep, and it still blows my mind. It's effing March already. Jesus Christ.
2024 blows my mind. I don't know how we got to that.
And we're almost through the first quarter. Like, it's yikes. I'm just losing time.
Let's talk about last year's cards and sets, because I was playing around with the numbers and I did a video. I think I told you about it. I did a video a year ago on it might have been the year before actually. Basically, if you were going to collect the previous year's cards, how many cards would they be? And I spent hours and hours trawling through all of their sets, pulled out reverses, hollows, like every variation, the Blackstar promos. I made a whole Excel sheet, made a whole video on it, and I did like a mini version of that earlier, before we jumped on this. And I pulled the numbers and I worked out there's a round before looking at variations. So before looking at reverses and all the craziness with that, about 2,000 different cards were made last year. So I would imagine with reverses, like we're probably 3,000. I don't know. There's probably a lot of them have, I'd say probably at least 50% of them probably have a reverse. 2,000 cards still. That's a lot of artwork too.
And that's just English, right? Or
just
no?
English, just 2023.
There ain't no shot.
You talk about like binder sets and stuff and like collecting
that. Persons.
There's just no way that you're going to be able to. I mean, he's got his work cut out, right?
Yeah, I think he's got the money. He just buys the sets now as they are available.
The actual set. Yeah.
He waits for somebody to complete it and just buys it outright. So that's the way to do it. If you can afford that, that's the way I would do it too, for sure.
Yeah.
I could not imagine though. There ain't no shot. I could not. There's no way on God's green earth I could collect that many cards. A binder holds 360.
Mm-hmm.
And my OCD in some of the sets are bigger than that. Like this new one, the one with the shiny vault sets, reverse is all in like good effing night. Like you need Like, it would drive my OCD effing insane. I don't know why they don't do it. Like, you gave us this freaking, do this for every set and make the binder hold the whole set.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Would
be,
love that. Yeah.
my OCD would be straight hitting straight to the blood. It'd be,
I
nice.
I really like the 151 binder. I think it's a great binder.
Some of the pockets don't hold my penny sleeves well, to be honest. So they're kind of tight, and which means it's kind of cheap. I don't have that problem with Vault-X or any of the other big dogs, but
Really resisting saying that's what she said.
yeah, you should have
Lot cards.
opportunity.
2023, 2,000 cards to collect. Unreal. Just absolutely. I mean, that's like, it's just hard to imagine that there was that many different cards, different sets, and just so much involved with that. Absolutely insane. But I do think it's interesting. I did also see, I pulled a couple of other stats. I thought it was interesting that we're only 4 main sets, main expansions in Scarlet and Violet, and we already have over 120 Black Star promos. But we're not even we're a third in, basically. There's probably going to be 12 main expansions. We've had 4, and there's 123 Black Star promos been dropped. Like, I know there's people that collect the Black Star promos. That's like ridiculous, because the Black Star promo isn't 50 cents. That's not a boot card. Usually, that's normally a little bit more expensive, a little bit harder to get hold of. And there's like staff ones, and it's like Pokemon are just doing so much. It's nuts. It's great. I guess there's a lot of Pokemon to choose from, but that's a lot.
That was one of my favorite sets that I had when I got back into it, and I sold it as fast as I got it. And
OG stuff.
Yeah, the original WotC Black Star promo set with the Pokemon Center, all of it. It was cool to have that in the binder. It was like it was a progression through time. You could see the cards changing. I believe there was a couple of e-reader ones. Like, you got some of the Gen 2s in there towards the end, and the Ancient Mew, which isn't technically part of it, but it's always part of it. Yeah, it just hits, and it's not as tasteful to have this many, and it's tougher to be like, I don't know. I'm curious how many were last year. Like, how many were in the previous era? I don't know if you can do a quick search on it, but yeah, it'd be interested to see, are we on pace for what we did last year, or is this like next level dumb nutty stuff, like 123 in 4 sets?
So yeah,
That's
I mean, Scarlet Violet came out last year. It's got that. In terms of let me see.
We're a year into Scarlet and Violet. That's crazy.
Yeah, that actually is. So November to 2019 to August 2023. So basically, like, Sword and Shield era. There's a lot of stamps and stuff, but it looks like before adding in variations, 307 Black Star promos.
Yeah, so I'd say we're on pace. We're on that same pace.
Yeah, I'd say
roughly.
Looking at how many variations there is, there's probably another 40 or so. So probably 350 total. We're a third of the way through, and that's about a third of what that was. So yeah, we're about on pace. But I don't think I'd ever really looked at the total before, like how many there were.
No.
I thought that was just so interesting that there was so many.
Now that you say it's that close to 360, that'd be a sexy ass binder. To have all them bitches in there, because that's 360. That'd be, to have that boy almost like fold to the brim with cards, and each of them are like on a timeline for that whole era, would be pretty freaking cool. But damn, that'd be a bitch. Man,
there's no way opening it. Like I'm looking at where they're coming from. Like I'm looking at the Sword and Shield, and it's this tin, this blister, this box, this promo, this collection, this 3-pack.
You can buy them all
blister.
for pennies though on TCG Player. Probably a bunch of them.
You have to. I mean, this would cost an absolute fortune to try and open each one of these. Actually, get them yourself.
It'd be such a cool collection to see though. Like I love seeing like the complete sets, the Black Star promos, the jungles, the fossils. Just seeing those like come across the tables or to people to show those. I'd be sick to see if somebody came up to my booth and be like, "Hey, dude, look at these are all the Black Star promos from the previous era." I'd show the people next to me. Like it's like, well effing done. This is dope. Look at this, bro. Like I'd be taking pictures or video.
There's a lot of variation. Sorry if you can hear my dog scratching at my door. There's a lot of variation there too. Like it would be actually interesting to look through. I have a huge storm outside too. I don't know if you can hear the thunder and lightning.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It would be fun. It'd be fun to look through.
Yeah, for sure, man.
What else you got going on?
Yeah, not much, man. Let's we can wrap it.
Okay.
Let's send it off into the evening. Appreciate everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Good conversation as always. Always plenty to talk about. I don't know how, but there's every week there's always something that we can bring up. There's always things happening. So appreciate the chat. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, leave your spicy comment, and vote. Come back, vote for the ones that you love. The most upvoted obviously gets, the most like comment gets to win, and we get to talk about it. So it keeps it fun. So have a good evening. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Peace.